Our second speaker is Sateki Taulanga. Sateki is a candidate for Associate of Arts degree in Liberal Arts this spring 2017. Aloha, everyone.
Aloha.
Yeah. Oke kahua mamua. Mahope ke kukulu. First comes the foundation, then comes the building. Learn all you can, then practice. Being in school for pretty much my whole life so far, I always thought to myself, why am I here? Why can't I go out and start my life already? It's not like I'm going to use any of this at all when I grow up. I was a very stubborn child. I'd be in school debating with my teacher on why math is irrelevant to my future. I literally could not see how all of these types of education were beneficial. Then, one day, I was set to go work with my dad. And my father does stonemasonry. Basically, he makes rock walls. And this is no easy task at all. In the hot sun, I was ready to start stacking up the rocks up until my father stopped me and said, wait, we need to put the foundation on first. I thought to myself, what in the world is the foundation? And so, a few minutes after we start digging on the ground, I'm already dying inside. However, my dad says, dig deeper, it's still not enough. I'm in awe when he says this and did not understand. So I'm thinking in my head, we are building a wall. Why on earth do we need to dig a hole? Isn't that the opposite of what we're trying to do? But we continue. Fast forward a little bit and we have a hole stretching across the planet, I tell you. I'm standing there clueless thinking we were digging up graves for our workers. And so my dad came to me and he said, okay, now let's pour in the cement to solidify all that we've dug. I was so confused. At this point, I just went with the flow. So we poured in the cement, wait till it dried up, and from that point, my father said, now, let's start building. Tongans are very fast workers, and before I could whine about the next task, a wall 5 times my size towered before me. I was so amazed. I jumped on the wall, running across it 5 times. I was hopping on it, and I was just so starstruck on how solid this wall had become. My father, who could not afford education in his country, taught me the importance of having a foundation. And that's kind of what my experience was like in KCC. Knowledge is not something you cannot see, like the foundation buried within the dirt. However, it is the main reason why the wall has not fallen. It's like cereal. You don't pour in the milk first and then put in the cereal. You won't have that much cereal to eat. So you put as much cereal in the bowl as possible. Learn as much in school before you start your career. And then you start putting in the milk, and there you go. Got a delicious bowl of cereal. That is what education is. An opportunity to study, dig deep, and solidify all that you've learned, so that however great your future is, it will stay. It will not move, it will sit and remain unshaken by all that life has to offer. My friend told me, oh, C's and degrees, C's and degrees. No, you don't come here to just get a degree. The paper you have, your degree, is not what's going to determine your future. You come to school and learn all that you have. As much value there is in a degree, there is more value in your knowledge and what you learn in school. And that's the point of it. Being president of KCC was no easy task, and I can assure you, none of my classes made it any easier. Whether or not I delivered as a leader, I know one thing for sure. I learned a lot. So don't let your experience go to waste. Add that to your base. And don't think that what you learned was absolutely pointless. Someone told me once, why would I ever use science in my life? That person today will not stop talking about climate change. The very person who complained about math, he's now talking to me about building million-dollar houses. And then there's those writing intensive classes. I see you guys. I was the very one who cursed these species on my first semester. But today, before I'm graduating with 5 WIs under my belt. I just needed one, but you never know what you want in your education. In the end, it has been a great pleasure working with everyone. Students coming straight out of high school to students who just came from retirement. And that goes to show that learning is a lifelong process. So next time you see your instructor, counselor, janitor, your parents, your friends, your textbooks, your final exams, your 100-page essays, a rock wall, literally anything you have learned, remember that becomes a foundation to your future. And please, please, don't forget to thank them. For me, personally, first and foremost, God is my foundation. God is my rock. And I want to thank my parents. I want to thank all parents here for coming and supporting the graduates here. And I want to thank the instructors for also supporting us. And last but not least, I want to thank the class of 2017. Although I may not know all of you, I wish the best for your future. I really do. And I see you guys as one big family. So without ado, let's start building.